Hello my beautiful people. So today is the day that I'm going to be making the Q&A questions and answers video. I had a lot of you guys message me, comment, and ask me a ton of questions. I picked out about 15-20 questions just to not overdo it. Hopefully your guys' weekend was great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl, even though it was super unpredictable. But I hope you guys had a great week so far, and let's get started. So these questions are going to be in no particular order. I just wrote them down in a list, and I'm just going to read off the questions and then answer them for you guys. So first question is, how old are you? Well, I am 23. I'm going to be 24 this year in June. That's really exciting. I don't really feel like I'm 23. Time is just flying by like crazy, and I've always been like a busier type of person, so time just runs by so quickly. This year I'm going to be 24, and I don't really feel that much different than, let's say, when I was 20 or 22. So for me, age is just a number. It's all about how you feel on the inside. Next question. What do you do for a living? I'm actually like a dental lab technician. I've always been working in the dental field. I started off, my first job was at a college lab actually that I went to school at. I got like a work-study thing. I used to be a teacher's assistant, and then I started working at the college lab, in the science lab, and so that was like my first real job. And then I always wanted to be in the dental field, and I was always interested in like dentistry and ortho, so I slowly progressed working at the dental field, and then now I'm working at a dental lab. Next question, favorite thing to drink? My ultimate favorite thing to drink would probably have to be tea, just because you can have it so many ways. You can have black tea, green tea, regular tea, you can have all kinds of fruit teas, you can have it cold, you can have it hot. I sometimes drink it with milk and honey, and there's just so many various ways of having it that tea is probably my favorite drink of all time. Next question, what is your dream car? Okay, so my dream car, I'm driving a Mazda CX-5 2014 right now. I absolutely love that car, but my ultimate like dream car would probably have to be the Porsche Cayenne. I absolutely love the way it looks, the way it drives. It is a Porsche, so it's pretty much like on the end scale. That is one car I am definitely having as a goal in my life to own one day, and so I can't wait to that day. But I feel like that is my definite dream car goal to be driving around. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite season of the year? My favorite season is spring. I live in Arizona, so spring here is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's fresh. We don't have much of a winter here. It doesn't snow here. So I love spring, just when everything, blooms and everything, comes back to life after the winter time. I feel like that's the most exciting time of the year. Next question is, what are some of your hobbies? Well, I would have to say, okay, so I love science, so anything regarding science I absolutely enjoy. Another thing that I also love and I always loved and was into is art, drawing, sketching, painting. I used to draw and paint ever since I was a really little kid, and so I feel like that kind of sparked my creativity, and I was always able to express myself and kind of, be creative. I feel like a lot of kids these days are missing out because, with technology and electronics, it's not about, hands-on things, and so I feel like a lot of kids are missing out on just like the fun of getting, paint on your fingers and painting and drawing and just being able to freely express yourself or how you feel on a piece of paper or a canvas. I feel like that's really important, even for those who are not, artists or who don't have like a super creative mind. It doesn't really matter. You just sit down and draw, paint, whatever comes to mind. And so I feel like that's something that I need to get into a little more, because over the years I completely kind of overlooked it, and time flies by. and people get busy, and so that's one of the things this year that I really want to get back into. Another passion that I have is obviously makeup, because that's kind of one form of an art. Makeup and beauty and skincare. I'm really into nutrition as well. I also love to do anything that involves, you know, the outdoors. I love camping. I used to go camping with my family a lot. I love snowboarding in the winter time, even though it doesn't snow here in Phoenix, and we go up to Flagstaff Snow Bowl, and you know, that's like 2-3 hours away, and then we have snow and we can just definitely snowboard. And I actually used to ski when I was very little, and ever since I started snowboarding like 5 years ago or so, I don't ever want to go back to skiing. I feel like snowboarding is so much more fun and fast, and I feel like it might be even a little bit safer. I don't know, that's just my point of view, but I love snowboarding definitely in the winter time. So those are some of the hobbies or some of the things that I'm really interested in and passionate about. Next question: if you could pick one place to live in the world, what would it be? That's actually a hard one, because I used to travel a lot when I was younger with my family and on my own, and I absolutely love Europe. It's a very historical place. Anywhere from like Italy is absolutely gorgeous. I love Czech Republic, where, you know, Prague. I went there to study abroad a couple years back. I love Paris, France is nice. I feel like anywhere in the west part of Europe is just absolutely amazing to live. I don't know if I'd be like working to live there permanently, but I would love to like own a house or own a place there just to go over the summer or for the holidays. I feel like that'd be really cool to do. Next question is, what is your biggest fear? That's kind of a hard one, because, well, I am kind of afraid of heights, so nothing too crazy, even though I like to fly in like planes. I don't like heights that are extreme. Like, there's some crazy videos on Facebook where there's this guy just jumping on top of a building, just jumping with no strings attached, no ropes, no nothing, and he's just literally bouncing around and balancing himself on the edge of like a skyscraper. That just gives me like such anxiety and just panic mode like crazy. People like that have some type of, you know, courage to be doing something like that, because that is definitely not something I'd be even remotely interested in trying or doing. So that's like crazy for me. Another thing, well, failure is always, you know, a fear, because no one wants to fail in life. No one wants to fail at anything they do. So I always was like a go-getter in school and at work. So I feel like failure is definitely something that I fear, and a lot of other people kind of, you know, can relate to being afraid of. Another thing, well, pain in general. So I don't have huge pain tolerance, but like my biggest fear would be to be like taken away and tortured or physically, you know, just abused. I feel like that's just like makes me completely cringe, and something I would not, you know, I would totally be afraid of. So those are some of my fears that I can think of from the top of my head. Okay, next question is, what is your zodiac sign? Well, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, my birthday is in June 20th, so I am a Gemini, and I feel like it's not necessarily like a split personality or anything. I just do feel like I see both sides or both angles of a lot of people's like perspective and stories, and that could be a positive or a negative. I mean, depends how you look at it. So yeah, my sign is Gemini. Next question I had was, what are some of your favorite beauty YouTubers? Okay, so for that one, I feel like I have them separated into categories. So like my priority YouTubers would be, I feel like I have maybe 4 of them. So I would have to say Emily Noel, because I feel like she's a legend on YouTube, been here forever, and she knows a lot of her stuff, and I feel like she doesn't get enough credit. Another YouTuber would have to be Tati, because she is the original YouTuber that I kind of started being really interested in her videos and how she made them, and what kind of feedback she got. And she's actually the reason why I started my own channel. So I definitely shout out to her. I love her personality. She is super positive, super calm, but she's also like interesting because she does a lot of beauty videos on, different kind of interesting and intriguing makeup and beauty products. And in general, she's just such an amazing influence on me and a lot of other people. So I absolutely love her. I also love watching Wayne Goss. He's from the UK. He's a professional makeup artist, and I feel like he knows a lot of his stuff. He's really good with actually like natural looking makeup, because since he is a professional makeup artist, he does a lot of other people's, makeup for events, weddings, parties, whatever he may be doing. And I feel like he knows a lot of the basic foundation how to make someone naturally beautiful. And he has like a funny sense of humor too. Sometimes he gets a little bit serious on some other topics. I respect, what he has to say, because I feel like he's one of those, original YouTubers, and I feel like he does know his stuff. And my last for the priority would probably have to be like Stephanie Nicole. She does a lot of like makeup reviews, but she goes really in depth. So she does, she does pricing matching, she does ingredients matching, she goes really into detail, and I feel like she's really real, so she's not afraid to say it the way she feels it or the way it is. And so I really appreciate her honesty, and she's definitely one of the YouTubers that I definitely look forward to hearing from. And then my next few would probably be in the next category, like Nikki Tutorials. I think she's an awesome makeup artist. She's actually Dutch, and she's been on YouTube for like 6 years. She does absolutely amazing makeup tutorials. I love Bunny, so Graveyard Girl. She's a little bit more crazy, a little bit more spunky, but she doesn't really care what other people think. She does, different videos, not just like beauty videos. She tests different kinds of products. I really appreciate her personality and how like fun and spontaneous she is. So she's definitely on my top list. Liza Koshy, she's kind of new to YouTube, but she's just hilarious. She does all kinds of like parody, funky, kind of super funny videos, so check her out if you haven't. And I love her personality too. She's super bubbly and just super silly. Another few, would be like Kathleen Lights. I think she's so pretty and so nice and sweet, and I love watching her videos. And then Jenna Marbles as another like funny comedian type of YouTuber. She's awesome too. She has a lot of like crazy out there ideas. And so those are my top YouTubers that I actually, look forward to watching. So those are some of my favorites. Now, the next question is, when do I have time to film? I usually film at nighttime. Sometimes over the weekend, I'll make like 2 or 3 videos just to have them for the week, or I will plan out everything, because I feel like actually sitting down and recording the video does not take that much, time and effort. It's the preparation. So the planning, the ideas, the writing down of things, planning what you're gonna say, that's a little bit more time consuming. And then of course, like the editing at the end, those two I feel like take most of the time, compared to just sitting down and filming for you guys. So I usually do film at nights. Sometimes I stay up pretty late, but I don't mind, because I really enjoy doing this for you guys. I really enjoy, getting your guys' feedback and comments and just talking to you guys. It's been like such a crazy journey, and I absolutely adore it and love it. So it's not like a chore or something oh my gosh, I have to go do it. No, I actually really look forward to sitting down and like doing this for you guys. Next question is, where are you from? Okay, so I don't know if a lot of you guys know or not, but I am originally from Poland, so I'm Polish. Both of my parents are Polish. I came here with my parents when I was like 7 or 8, and I went to 3rd grade and then started my schooling here. I actually didn't know any English when I first got here, so this is, sometimes I'm sure you guys can hear like a tiny slight kind of accent when I speak, but it's been quite something, just to have those two kind of cultures come together. And I absolutely love living here in Arizona. I actually go back to, to Poland every other summer or a couple years, just to visit my family, travel a little bit. That's where I'm originally from. Next question is, what is your favorite kind of food? Okay, so on the tangent of being Polish, I absolutely love Polish food. Anything from pierogi, kiełbasa, kapusta, anything you can name that's Polish, all the pastries, European pastries are just phenomenal. Some of my definite favorites. So I love Polish food. I love fruit, so I'm a total fruitaholic. I love berries, all kinds of fruit. Anything you throw at me, I'll eat. I do love, other stuff too. I love Italian, so pasta and pizza. I love good sandwiches. I like Middle Eastern food. I like, real Asian food. I don't know, I'm not that huge of a picky eater. So unless I'm doing like a cleanse or like a diet, I love, all kinds of food. Next question is, what is one of your most embarrassing moments in life? Okay, honestly, I can think of two most embarrassing moments in my life that I can remember from the top of my head. First one is I was actually in high school in dance squad, so it wasn't like cheerleading, it was more like of a dance squad where we would go out and dance in between basketball quarters. I just remember like practicing the routine with the girls right before we went on. We decided to change a couple things last minute, and so when we went out to actually perform, I wish I had the like video for you guys, but I unfortunately don't. We were dancing, and maybe like halfway through the song, through the performance, I absolutely like blanked out and I couldn't think of the next move or like the changes we made. It was in front of all the people that were like families and friends that were watching, the basketball game. And so I just completely froze. So I stood there like in the middle of the basketball court while everyone else in my like squad was dancing, and I just froze up for like a good maybe 5-10 seconds until like it came back to me, and then like I joined them to finish. But oh my gosh, that was just so embarrassing because everyone was watching and I was just like, what do I do, and I couldn't because like your brain just froze. And so that's definitely one of my most embarrassing moments in life. Another really embarrassing moment that I can remember off the top of my head is actually, I don't know, I must have been maybe like 10 or 11, maybe a little younger or older, I can't really remember, but I remember getting invited to a friend's birthday party, and I was actually, very young, and my parents were kind of strict, so I wasn't allowed to do like nails or like anything crazy except like lip gloss, no makeup. And I mean, like, they were right because, kids shouldn't be, wearing too much stuff anyways. But I remember I wasn't allowed to wear anything like on my nails. So going to this birthday party, my mom and I went to the store to actually purchase like a birthday gift for the girl, for my friend. And I saw this super awesome kit of like nails, like kids fake nails, and like there was like little gems and little nail polishes, and it was like a whole huge set. And I was like, Mom, like we have to get this, like this is gonna be a perfect gift. And my mom was like, oh, are you sure? So we ended up getting the gift, and then going to the party, I actually gave it to my friend. And I just remember, because like my friend that was having the birthday party, she wasn't like a girly girl at all. She was more into like video games and music and that type of stuff. It's funny because her parents were kind of strict too, so they weren't really, allowing anything crazy like with makeup or nails or nail polish or anything like that. So when she opened my gift, after the party, or like when the party was like coming to an end and my parents got there to pick me up, her parents actually came and talked to my parents and were like, what is this gift? My daughter doesn't really use makeup and doesn't do like her nails. She's not really allowed to. Like, why did you guys get this for her? And my mom looked at me like, oh my gosh, like, why did you get that for her? And all I could remember was that it was just so pretty that like I wanted it, and I thought that it was so cute, and like I would have been happy getting it, but I didn't really think that like, oh my gosh, like, would she enjoy it? Would she use it? I just wanted it. It was just like a huge embarrassing ordeal. So my parents had like a huge conversation with me about this. So those are the two of my most embarrassing moments that I can like remember off the top of my head. It was just not not great. Last question I have for you guys is, what are your favorite animals? Are you a dog or a cat person? Okay, so I'm definitely more of a dog person, and I feel like the main reason is not only did I grow up with dogs, but I actually found a little kitten one time and tried to like nurture it to, you know, to health and stuff, and I slept with it, and then like I was so allergic to it that I had like little tiny bumps all over my body, and so that kind of definitely turned me off from like owning cats. But I love all kinds of animals, more of like an exotic animal. I absolutely love frogs, owls, white tigers, and I just love animals in general. I grew up with a lot of pets. I am definitely an animal lover, and so those are probably some of my favorite animals. That's it, you guys. Those are all my questions. If you guys do have any other ones, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments below. I can answer them in my future videos, or plan on making another Q&A. Hopefully that kind of gave you guys an idea of who I am and what I do and what I'm passionate about doing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, superlady246. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Lots of love from me to you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye! Mwah!